We don't have nearly enough money to do anything.
No, I was just taking a look at what she had. She has some trouble too. The Sith keep taking all of her
That's the great thing about
better
this game
items.
too, is like the amount of quests that there are. Like everybody you talk to has something for you to do.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you're not the kind of person who, likes to play games and fill up your quest log and go around and do a bunch of different shit, but if you are, I mean, this game is perfect. And
Yeah.
if you like Star Wars, cannot recommend it enough. You're just going to try to pick the lock right in front of this guy.
He said he had Sith business. He said he was too busy. Maybe he was too busy to watch me pick this lock.
It is fucking crazy how you're just walking around fully with these two swords out, and you just walk right up to this Sith soldier, and he's
And
just
he's
like,
cool with
"I'm
it.
busy, yeah."
Yeah, I'm busy. Don't worry about it.
And then he watches you fuck with the door and just turn around and walk away.
Honestly, though, you think about it, like if I was like a rent-a-cop somewhere at like a mall, and then some guy walked in like holding a broadsword on his
You're
back,
just standing outside like the J.C. Penney.
yeah, and I'm sitting there. The only thing I can think about is like getting home and then like watching the next episode of like Bob's Burgers or something, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna put up with this today. I don't need this. I don't need to talk to broadsword guy. All right, so we got Davik now. Doesn't like it when I'm missing payments.
A down payment. That should buy me some time, right?
Sorry, you're at it.
Yeah, like kind of like what you said earlier. The great thing about this game is just how like
People not paying his debts.
kind of how cartoony the options are. We're about to see here in a minute, like some of the options that you can choose to deal with these guys. Like you can really, it's pretty linear in the sense in like how light and dark are concerned. There's not really an option to be gray. Most options you're gonna find are either straight up help or straight up kill.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, if you go in and you know like what you want to do, it's really funny to to see like all
Dan
of the
doesn't like his
different
attitude.
options. No, Dan doesn't like these guys' attitude, no at all. It's really funny to see all the different options you can pick.
Yeah, KOTOR 2 is a lot better about letting you play a little more gray, but
For sure, for sure.
But the I did not want to do critical strike. The only downside to that is like it's just like the nature of like these kind of games. Like if you play this game, or if you play Mass Effect, or if you play any game kind of like that, like those old style like RPG. Where's Karth, by the way? Shouldn't he be helping me fight these
You
guys?
didn't take him with you out of the apartment. Oh no!
Oh no!
All right, that's our first death of the run. That means Bruce has to do 100 push-ups.
All right, here we go. 99, 100. Let me I thought it would make me take him. I thought I had him.
No, dude.
And yeah, that's especially bad if I'm not leveling up Dan. So we need to.
Oh,
think
look,
it's
Karth's not
here.
so bad after all. No, it's on the map screen.
It is on the map screen, which is I forget. Oh boy, here we go. My balls are out, everybody.
Right there, party selection.
Here we go. All right, he's back. No, he's not.
Add.
There he is. All right, sorry about that, Karth. You were supposed to be here for that. So there's really nothing. There's really nothing I need to repeat. If I go talk to that lady, she's gonna tell me the same thing. That she's in trouble, and the Sith keep taking her shipments and keeping her from accessing her full inventory. So let's just go straight back here.
You were talking about the decision making and how it relates to.
Yeah, it incentivizes you to be either like full good or full bad, because then you unlock a lot more of like the extra options. Whereas like being gray is kind of seen as like you're not like committing, so there's really not there's not like
There's not
nothing
a lot
will
for
lock
you.
you out of being gray,
Right.
but stuff will lock you out of being good or bad. You know,
Right.
you want to be, if you're too bad, you're locked out of the good. If you're too good, you're locked out of bad. And if you're gray, you end up being locked out of just about everything.
Yeah, and again, that is just because in order to create a game that is so big and expansive and with multiple like choose your adventure choice path options, most of the time you're gonna have to go along like a good or bad route. You know what I mean? Like it's really hard to create like a dynamic world where you can like influence things by sitting on the fence.
Yeah,
Typically
yeah.
you're gonna have to make a choice. I mean, in all these kinds of games like KOTOR, Mass Effect, or Dragon Age, or you know, any games like that from like the 2000s to like 2010s.
Yeah.
Games like modern games like The Witcher and games like that that are RPGs that give you like dialogue options and stuff like that. They're typically much better now. Or the Telltale series was really popular because it gave you the illusion of choice sometimes, but at the very least, while you were playing, it did feel like you had a lot more options. Even if at the end those games did a lot where it kind of wrapped around at the end that even if you chose to save one person, they would just die later on anyway, you know. So those kinds of games give you the illusion of choice, but at least at the time, like while you're playing it, like when you're having the experience, which is the important part, is it made you feel like you had like much more power, even if that didn't end up being the case in the long run. Like I said, the experience that you have in the moment is what you're looking for, or at least what I'm looking for when I play a game.
Yeah, but that's something the Telltale games did well. Like you said, like it's the illusion of choice, and it's something that it has people have criticized. Like a lot of those Telltale series. Rest in peace, Telltale.
Yeah, rest in peace.
But at least it was like flavor. Like even though the end result was the same, like everything in between, like from the beginning, maybe the beginning is the same, maybe the ending is the same, regardless. But everything in between is like flavored by how you do it. It's that meme, like, oh, Kenny will remember this, and 9 times out of 10, Kenny remembered it and chewed shit out for it.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of it is like the flavor, even if like the major world events end up being the same for like story beat purposes, the content in between those story beats, something seems to be bothering Cars. Maybe you should speak to him. Maybe it's because you called him a stupid dumb bitch earlier.
Yes, what's on your mind?
He didn't hear that.
But
He wasn't in the party.
The story beats between the larger moments, yeah, you're right, add a lot of flavor to it.
Yeah, it's because like you play it, you can pick the different choices every single time, and even though like the the ending and like the main story beats, they tend to play out differently depending on how you do it. Even though maybe at the end of the day, Kenny or whoever gets shot, but maybe Kenny gets shot earlier, maybe Kenny gets shot later, maybe you shoot Kenny or Kenny tries to shoot you. It just depends. But at the end of the day, it's like, oh, this guy's dead.
Right. Yeah, it could play out in a multitude of different ways. And for those of you who don't know, Kenny is a character from one of the Walking Dead Telltale games, but that's not necessarily a spoiler. Multiple different things can happen.
He's from Florida.
Yeah. We might do a playthrough of one of those games at some point, but go check them out yourself if you're interested as well. We really, me especially, really into RPGs and games where you can choose multiple different options. It's really fun for me.
Anyway, you asked why Dan doesn't like Karth, and it's because every time I talk to Karth, he gives me so much shit and is cagey and is mean to me. I was like, hey, no, like if you want to talk, I don't mind. He says, no, I don't have a problem with it. Go ahead and interrogate me. He's just kind of shitty overall.
Well, you should have picked the girl Jedi, then he would have been really nice to you.
Oh, so it's sexism.
Yes, Karth is
sexist.
a sexist.
So yeah, that's even another reason to not like him. So excellent.
Excellent.
Soon
Soon all your secrets will be mine. All my secrets are purely of the mundane variety.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to get dark side points for that.
No way.
We'll see. We'll see if John Williams decides to play that certain riff that we all love. Pass the damn time to use powers. Why ask me? What's the point? I wasn't in position.
I was on board as an advisor for the most part.
So Karth is suspicious of us a little bit because of all the Jedi who were on the Endar Spire, which was the ship that got blown up in the first episode. Bastila is this big, powerful lady Jedi who seems like he has a bit of a crush on because he's super pissed that we're around. We're moving in on his territory a little bit.
Apparently, yeah.
But why are you accusing me of something?
I used to be a smuggler.
A smuggler? I should have guessed. Isn't it odd, however, that a smuggler who was added to the crew at the last minute just...
The only reason I'm alive is because of Trask.
Our fucking principal coach.
Coach Principal Trask.
Don't you dare take Trask's name in vain, Karth.
Yeah. What's so odd about me? You'd rather I wasn't? Are you playing that I crashed the ship, bro?
Yeah, see, this is why Karth is a little bit distrusting of us.
Yeah.
Doesn't know our background.
Well, maybe if he was a little more forthcoming with his background, I'd be a little more willing
Yeah,
to
I'll
share.
show me yours, I'll show you mine, Karth.
Absolutely.
happens to survive.
See, Karth is just like angry white guy number 1, and it's so boring.
He's not angry, he's brooding.
What's the difference? He's angry but quiet about it? Is that what brooding is?
Yeah.
So there you go.
In a way, I guess you could say.
So I don't know. I just never found him super interesting, you know. And as we go through the story and you know, Karth's stuff starts to unfold, I'm not going to ignore Karth's stuff. I know I like to make a bunch of jokes about it, but I'm going to do all this shit begrudgingly. But
Yeah,
everyone else,
all of your characters and party members that you collect, it's pretty standard if you've played any of the BioWare games before, or even if you haven't. Pretty much, I'm not sure at what point in video game design that this pattern started emerging where, you know, you gather a bunch of party members and they each have like side missions and things like that, but it seems to be like a pretty common thing, especially nowadays, and even for back when this game first came out. So it's going to be your typical like collect party members, take them out on missions. They have little things that you can talk to them about.
I'm gonna extend the olive branch real quick.
Yeah.
Should we try to
I
work
am
together?
working with you. I'd be a fool not to. I'd also be a fool not to expect the unexpected.
You always is suspicious. Let's get back to something. You do know we're on the same side. Try something to be the last mistake you made. Yeah, he nodded at that one. Dan liked that one. I'm sorry, Dan, but I gotta ask. He's always this
There's nothing
suspicious.
against the person. I don't trust it.
Look, and then he's doing the sad animation.
Yeah.
You'll notice a lot as we play the game, a lot of the NPCs all do the same animations. When they're sad, they do that like slumpy shoulders thing. And yeah, that's just part of the jank and charm that we were talking about earlier.
All right, let's keep our mind on important things, Karth. I agree.
I prefer action.
For action to talk. All right, you for action, you say.
You're in good hands.
Fuck with me, I dare you. Protocol droid. So, if my memory's serving me well, we need to. Okay.
This guy.
Slummy's just walking around the upper city.
Shouldn't you go to Laura says you belong, Slummy?
This is rich.
Yeah, like he said, these streets are for upper city citizens. You better get out of the way if you know what's good for you.
You better think twice.
It's maybe more than you can handle.
Flex on him.
Okay.
Come on. This Slummy ain't worth the bother.
Yeah. You're right. Maybe next time, Slummy.
Yeah, run away.
Let's go.
Run away, you fucking sycophants.
Give him the stuff. Give him a look at what you can do, what they avoided. Yeah,
And they
that-
just walk away casually as I do it. Oh, they're so not interested. That was so uncool. Why'd you make me do that?
Add up. Boom.